Warriors of Chaos. Forged in the frozen lands of the North, formed by the powers of the Chaos Realms, they have seen all the horrors of the world. They will never falter in their attempt to gain the favor of a chosen deed, and the impenetrable armor will. Oh God, we can't see that. It's just a scandal. We have to run.
Battles are not just won by killing your opponent. Sometimes it's enough to break their spirit and rout them. In Warhammer Fantasy there are two main types of fleeing from combat, one of which is the namesake of this video. Panic! A panic test is a leadership test, meaning that you have to roll equal or below the leadership characteristic of the unit in question using 2d6. So if a unit with leadership of 7 needs to pass a leadership test, you need to roll 2d6 and roll equal to 7 or below to pass. Anything above will result in a fail, causing the unit to flee. If 2 or more units have to take a panic test, the controlling player of the units chooses the order in which the tests are made. There are 3 circumstances in which even the most cowardly of units never has to make a panic test. 1. Close combat. A unit in close combat never tests for panic, as the fighters are too busy fighting each other and ignore outside influences. Already flee. A unit that is already fleeing does not need to test for panic because, well, they are already running. They won't magically accelerate if they panic even more. Tested before. A unit that already passed a panic test in the same phase does not have to test a nerf again. Note, this only applies to the same phase. So if a unit panics in the enemy shooting phase, they are immune against more panics in the shooting phase, but not in the magic or close combat phase. A unit must take a panic test if at least one of the following conditions are met. Heavy casualties. The unit must immediately perform a panic test if it loses 25% or more of the models with which it started the phase. Nearby friend annihilated. If a unit is destroyed for any reason, all friendly units within 6 inches must immediately test for panic. Nearby friend breaks. If a unit breaks from combat, all friendly units within 6 inches must immediately test for panic. Fled through. A unit must immediately test for panic if fleeing friends move through it. A unit that has failed a panic check will flee. If the cause was heavy casualties, then the unit will flee 2d6 inches directly away from the unit that caused the most casualties in that phase. In all other cases, a panic unit will flee 2d6 inches directly away from the closest enemy unit. And that's already it for panicking! To see how a unit breaks from combat, check out my next video, Breaking from Combat, which is hopefully up soon, or already. Until then, panic!